down without a doubt the single biggest mistake every hiring manager, owner, or HR manager makes when hiring. Let's get right into it. Number one, biggest mistake, as a matter of fact, the biggest pet peeve on the planet is the resume. Only hiring off of a resume. Every company that makes this mistake, they pretty much get applicants coming in, they review resumes. If they even go through all of them, they look at a resume and they say, oh, this looks pretty good. That's the one that we should meet or not meet. Big mistake. What drives me crazy, especially because what I do for a living is I run a recruitment company. I help companies find staff. In order for me to help a company, I interview for them and then I submit resumes and people to them to interview themselves. So in my process, I interview twice. And then I call you and I say, hey, I've got someone after you told me everything that you're looking for. I interviewed them twice. Here's their resume. And also tell me your availability of when you can meet them. They will open up the resume and then they'll be like, no, I don't like the resume. And I'll be like, I don't care what you think about the resume. Like I said, I met with them twice. The resume is a formality. It gives you an idea of who they are and what they're about. However, I met with them twice. I talked to them and looked for the things that you told me to go looking for. You should meet them. And they say, no, but I don't like the resume. It's still missing. Drives me crazy. And I'm telling you, that is 95% of the people out there. They look at the piece of paper. Let me share with you this analogy. My dad, 68 years old, 40 years of a mechanic. Okay, 310T, 310S. He's a heavy-duty diesel mechanic. This guy could fix anything. If God had a vehicle to drive in the sky, he'll know how to fix it. Okay? My dad doesn't have a resume. If I told him, write me a resume, he'd be like, what the hell is a resume? What are you talking about? I worked at this place. I worked at that place 40 years in business. So you're going to hire me or not? If you don't hire me, screw you. That's what he's going to say. Okay? One of the most talented mechanics in the world has the world's shittiest resume. So here we go, basing it off of a piece of paper of who did such a good job on Canva to build a badass resume and to fill it with a bunch of fluff. I don't think so. That's not my measurement. So what's the solution? What's the solution here? The solution is very simple. You need to have a process to call each person. You need to communicate with every resume that comes in if you want to hire correctly. When you have applicants coming in, I don't care if you got 10,000 applicants coming in. Do you want to hire, within the first 5 applicants just because you're lazy, or do you want to hire the top 5 applicants? We just had a scenario the other week. Customer calls, says, hey, I haven't been seeing a lot of resumes. You guys only sent me 3 people. I said, well, here you go. We had 98 people apply. 98 people apply. And of the 98, we had 6 that passed the pre-screening. That means we called all 98. 6 passed the pre-screening. And of the 6, 3 passed the full-blown internal interview. Okay. So my question to you is, do you want to measure me off of resumes that I send you? Or do you want to go off of just meeting the 3 people because I went in and put in the work in order to potentially hire the right person? Guys, you're building a company. You're bringing in people. You have to put in the work. Again, your choice. Like I said, this video is titled The Biggest Hiring Mistake You Could Make. You are more than welcome to just hire a couple resumes, but then I could guarantee you that you've got turnover in your company. People are only, maybe you're hiring people and they quit after a week or a month or 2 months or 3 months because they felt like they signed up for the wrong thing. Maybe you feel like this relationship should end because they didn't pass their 90-day probation. Let me share with you guys something. In the last 6 years, over 600 people employed, only three didn't make it past 90 days. Simple, because I don't want to have to do it again in 90 days. I don't believe in the 90-day probation system. Hire it right the first time. I don't believe in the probation system whatsoever. It makes no sense. Think about this. Like, why would I bring someone into the company with maybe the chance I got to bring somebody else in again in 3 months? Now, I understand the concept of, hey, we got to fill you out. But listen, your interview process is what could filter it. You need to be pre-screening and calling every single resume. You need to be having initial interviews. Then you need to be having in-person interviews. Then you need to be having a testing interview. That's a 4-stage interview process. That's the bare minimum standard in order to make sure that we bring in the right person. So with that said, do not just judge people off of the cover. They always say it perfectly. Don't judge a book by its cover. The resume is the cover. There's a phone number on there. There's an email. There's also your ability to go and search these people online, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and any Google, ChatGPT, all of that at your disposal. But you have to talk to people because you will avoid the biggest mistake of hiring the wrong person and having to do it again in 90 days. So guys, make sure hire off of people, not off of paper. Hey, thanks for watching our content. Listen, if you're running a business and you're struggling to find staff, I want to introduce myself. My name is Saab. I own CPG Recruitment, and I help companies across North America find the people that they need to find. Listen, a great business cannot be built unless you've got great people. You and I both understand that having the right people on your team is so important, and that's where I could come in and help you. So listen, I want you to shoot me a text message. Here's my direct cell phone. Have my number. Reach out to me. I'd love to hear your story and get to know what you're trying to accomplish, and that way maybe I can help you fix this problem.